campo Elohim. Imale. Oh, campo Elohim. Imale. Oh, campo Elohim.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says militants in the Gaza Strip will pay a very heavy price for their belligerence after another day of escalating violence between Israel and the Palestinians. An Israeli airstrike destroyed an apartment block in Gaza City after residents were warned to leave. Tonight, a large number of rockets were fired from Gaza towards the Israeli city of Tel Aviv and its suburbs.
A street ablaze on Israel's normally bustling coastline. People run for shelter. Others have a lucky escape. But in a nearby suburb, a woman was killed as a building took a direct hit. In a single barrage, militants fired 130 rockets from Gaza deep into Israel. A clear sign both sides were into a round of steep escalation.
Hamas and Islamic Jihad have paid, and I tell you here, they will pay a very high price for their aggression. I say here tonight, their blood will be on their heads.
Rockets launched from Gaza streaked over Israel tonight with heavy Israeli airstrikes in return as violence spiraled between Israelis and Palestinians. In a speech this evening, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that militants in Gaza will pay a heavy price. Since last night, 28 people have been killed in Gaza, and in Israel, 3 people were killed today. John Yang reports on the day's developments.
Tonight, a barrage of rockets fired from Gaza into Israel lit up the sky as the latest cycle of violence between Israel and the Palestinians escalates. Some were intercepted by Israel's air defense system called Iron Dome. Tel Aviv residents ran for shelter as air raid sirens sounded through the city. The militant Palestinian group Hamas said the rockets were in response to an earlier Israeli airstrike on a Gaza residential building. Among the dead in another Israeli airstrike this morning, an 11-year-old boy.
Why did they kill him? They kill, and there is no one to make them answer for it. The whole world is watching. It doesn't matter if they kill a child or a woman. There is no one to hold them accountable for it.
Across the Gaza Strip, others gathered at morgues to search for their loved ones. Israeli rocket fire into Gaza began last night as families broke their fast for the holy month of Ramadan. Israel says it was responding to earlier rockets fired toward Jerusalem from the militant group Hamas.
We were just sitting outside the house, waiting to break our fast. Children aged 8 months were killed. Mohammed, who was getting married in 5 days, was killed. Girls between the ages of 7 to 9 years old died. How is this the children's fault?
Tonight in Tel Aviv, images that change everything in an escalation that has already spiraled so fast. Israel's missile defense systems lighting up the sky as they try to intercept incoming Hamas rockets. 130 of them were fired from Gaza in one barrage. Flights at the international airport were urgently suspended and diverted. Hamas said it was a specific target. And on the streets, injured Israelis, which, for Israel, will move this conflict onto a different level. The earlier Israeli assault on Gaza, which prompted the Hamas retaliation, had been relentless. And for those who are not the targets, but who are so often the victims, it is terrifying. With the weight of the Israeli Air Force on top of them, there is nowhere safe to run. Locals filmed the moment a 13-story building collapsed. It's not clear how many people were in it at the time. It is a residential block. The Israelis had earlier said that they were targeting militants in their homes. The number confirmed to have died through the day and the night before continues to rise. Children too. Here, a mother and her son are buried. They're from a refugee camp. Most in Gaza are refugees. And in one of the hospitals, agony and defiance.